Hi everyone, Nicholas Jackson from Opal here with another quick video. This one is on personalizing, and specifically we're going to take a look at a feature called quick entry. So let's go over to our purchase invoice and I'll show you the example of what we're taking a look at. So one of the things we want to do as we get more comfortable with Business Central is make it as quick as possible to enter data. So I'm going to choose go ahead and create with an invoice with that vendor number 1000. We'll come down here. We've got a GL account of office supplies. I'll start typing my number here. And as you can see, as I hit enter, what it is doing is it immediately jumps from the number column to the description column. Now, the description column might be something that you edit often and might be something that you wanted to edit on a regular basis. So this might be an example of what office supplies did you go purchase, right? Or something else like that. But at the same time, maybe that's something that you don't edit very often. And maybe as you're entering all these different lines, it might be nice to go ahead and just skip over that column so you don't have to select that column and jump over it to go to the next one. So it would be nice is after you type in your GL account, if you hit enter, it skipped your description, or maybe even skipped your quantity if your quantity is always going to be 1 and went directly to the direct unit cost. So we can do that with personalization. So if we go up here to our settings, and we enable personalization mode. This is where we can add and remove columns and fields. Very, very powerful feature. And we come down here to a specific column. So let's say description or comment. Let's say this is one that I don't want to be included. Let's say I want it to skip over and I don't enter fields in this column very often. So if we click the red triangle, there's an option down here at the very end says exclude from quick entry. So if we turn that on, now this column is excluded from quick entry. Let's say I want to exclude quantity as well. Again, we've got the new feature where we can set the quantity default as 1 on a GL account. And so I will exclude this one from quick entry as well. All right, so I'll hit done and I'll show you what that did. What that did is if I put my cursor here and I hit the enter key, remember when I hit the enter key previously, it went over to the description. If I hit the enter key now, it skips both of those columns and goes directly to our direct unit cost. So this determines, that quick entry determines which columns are included when we go and use enter to go to the next cell. So really nice feature. If you're not used to, or if you haven't used quick entry before, it's very powerful and very nice. To go backwards, you just use shift and enter. So that's a quick way to go back, right? Just like Excel, you try and touch your mouse the least amount as possible. And that's how you get really fast and really quick with data entry inside of Business Central or really any program. Try to touch your mouse as least as possible. And if there is a certain scenario where you do want to go to that column and you want to ignore quick entry, instead of hitting enter on your keyboard, hit tab instead. You may have noticed and wondered, enter and tab seem to do the same exact thing inside of Business Central. They're slightly different. Enter respects your quick entry settings, whereas tab does not. Tab will always go to the next column. So that's nice. You can do that here on entries, on your lines for your purchase invoices. General journals is another great place to do it, as if you're going to be using keying a lot of data inside of your general journals. You can also do it up here in the headers as well. So if you wanted, as you're going through, skipping the document date or skipping the posting date, for example, might be nice, skipping the due date and jumping straight to the vendor invoice number. You can set and exclude and include quick entry for all these columns on these cards as well. So small little tip, but little things like this add up over time and make you a lot more efficient using Business Central. So that's it for today. Stick around for more videos from Opal.